Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm talking about Power Rangers Dino Fury. I sort of teased in my review of episode 1, check that out if you haven't by the way, that I would make a video talking about this. So, in a recent interview with Sci-Fi, Simon Bennett talked a little bit about various restrictions that were put on the creative process for Power Rangers that have been lifted for Dino Fury. And a lot of people are talking about that. So today, I thought I'd go through the various things that he says have changed. For background, Simon Bennett is the new showrunner for Power Rangers starting with Dino Fury. He was previously a director on both Power Rangers Beast Morphers and Ninja Steel, and he sort of replaced longtime showrunner Chip Lin, though Chip is staying on as an executive producer, mainly working on story stuff. Alright, so what did this article say? Well, essentially, Haim Saban had various restrictions that he placed creatively on PR that he thought would help the show work for kids. I think he's saying that these restrictions were on the entire Neo Saban episodes and Beast Morphers because he was a part of that as well, though it's possible maybe he's referring to specific seasons within that. To me at least, these restrictions shout Ninja Steel the most, and also to an extent Beast Morphers, though I can see it in every season since Samurai to some extent. So, here they are. Each episode had to have a strong moral core, a lesson, and a scene with heart. That's definitely very Ninja Steel and Beast Morphers. He also said that every episode had to have 2 ground fights and a Megazord fight. Personally, I don't care that much about that one. Sure, it's a bit formulaic and a little limiting, but I get it. He also said that there was to be as little serialization as possible. The only full-on 2-parters would be the finale and the opener. Now, this isn't super strict, really. It's less there can't be any continuity between episodes, and more each episode has to be standalone from the other episodes. I.e., it's not that there couldn't be story arcs. Heck, there were a few of those in Beast Morphers. It's more that if a kid hasn't been keeping up with the show, they should be able to watch any episode without being confused about what's going on. And he also believed very firmly that there should be a comedic duo, basically a Bulk and Skull, and that humor should be primarily physical. So personally, I don't think these are that surprising, and while I don't necessarily go, yeah, that's necessary to Power Rangers being as we know it, but I do kind of understand the way of thinking, though honestly some of these come less as this is how we keep the show good for young audiences, and more MMPR was successful, and this is how we did it in MMPR, so we should do this. This is really obvious with the comedic duo thing, and also a little bit with the serialization, and that it feels to me that Ninja Steel was very MMPR and that almost every episode was filler, and in Beast Morphers either they convinced Haim Saban to let them have a little bit more of an arc, or Haim Saban just wasn't that involved in Beast Morphers. I'm kind of leaning towards the second one because Season 2 of Beast Morphers was definitely more serialized than Season 1, and that was the season that Haim Saban didn't develop as much, and his name was taken off the logo. But anyway, according to Simon Bennett, these restrictions have been lifted for Dino Fury. So, how is that changing things? Well, he doesn't go super into detail about everything, but presumably that means we will get more serialization on the show, and there won't be as much of a formulaic mandate on fight scenes. One thing he does go into detail about is the comedy. He basically says that the comedy is shared around, and there's not a singular character that does all of the comedy. Now, a lot of people interpreted this as there not being a comedic duo this season, though Simon Bennett has clarified on Twitter that he did not say that. That means that we might get a comedic duo, but that they won't have all the comedy, and maybe we won't have a comedic duo. Bennett tends to try in interviews to not spoil things as much as possible, so maybe when he saw online someone misquoting him to reveal a spoiler, he corrected them whether or not it was true. He also said that the comedy won't be entirely physical and slapstick like it's been the past few years. He said that while there will be some physical humor because kids like that stuff, there will be more character and situational comedy focused around dialogue. And you can tell this just in Dino Fury Episode 1 that there are a lot of jokes just in the dialogue between characters. I'd be lying to some degree if I didn't admit that personally I didn't care for the comedy in episode 1, but it's definitely a step in the right direction, and maybe it'll get better in later episodes. But yeah, given these various policies that Haim Saban had were pro-child entertainment, but also in a way inherently anti-good storytelling, though Obviously, I'm not saying that you can't make good stories like that. It's a pretty good thing that they're gone, and it gives Dino Fury even more potential to be a great season. But what do you think of this? Are you excited to see what's up with Dino Fury? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for daily videos on the franchise you love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.